Say hello to the Cadillac LYRIQ again. This time we have an all-wheel drive model, hence the 600E4 on the back. Yeah, random numbers and letters means this one is the all-wheel drive, a little bit more powerful one. We're spending another week living with the LYRIQ, and hopefully this time we don't have any of the weird little electronic issues or glitches we had the last time we took one for a week. New interior spec on this one. Look at that. It's like really dark blue with that other blue accent down there.
That's cool. It's like a navy.
Yeah, got a welcome lighting sequence showing the current state of charge. So window stickers are supposed to be landscape, and they look kind of funny when you squish them and print the portrait, but this is a 2025 LYRIQ Sport 3 finished in opulent blue metallic with juniper interior with sky cool gray. It's $80,485 as optioned. Go ahead, shut the door. And this still has a power button. Seat controls are on the door. Good job color coordinating, honey. Your leggings match the interior like almost exactly. Wow. Ready for a quick workout to start the day?
Absolutely.
Let's go. This looks sketchy as heck. Oh man. Yeah, that does not look proper. Pure Michigan, when you have so many potholes that they should be considered craters in your parking lot, that you have a mini slalom course here. Look at like the depth of that pothole. Half of that cone is down inside. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Michigan. Some snow is coming down. Ooh, welcome sequence. Get the grill light up after the logo.
Kind of looks like wings.
Yeah.
Angel wings.
There you go. Oh, that's actually really cool.
Thank you, kind sir.
You're welcome. A better look at the welcome screen that stretches across this entire digital display. It's got the vehicle and then these light bars indicating state of charge, a cool light gradient. So we're at 76% showing 233 miles. So this is our second time spending a week living with the Cadillac LYRIQ. Earlier this year, we had a rear-wheel drive model that we took on a road trip up to Toronto. You remember that, right?
Yes.
It was fine mostly. The vehicle threw a service high voltage system fault, which ended up being, I think the Cadillac team said it was something to do with the HVAC system. I'm not sure how exactly those were tied in together. The backup camera decided to flash and strobe to green randomly when we were trying to back into a parking space. So a couple minor little electronic gremlins, I say. So let's see if this one is any better. Difference with this one is it is all-wheel drive, so being in the winter, it would be more advantageous for added grip and traction and so forth, and it's perfectly snowing right now. And you get a little bit more torque with the all-wheel drive model because it's got two motors. Just like the gas-powered GM vehicles, we have remote start from the key fob. So we just hit lock, double tap, and hold the remote start button, and it'll start the vehicle, which is really just turning on like the heating, cooling, and so forth, your HVAC system in an EV. And we come out, vehicle's already on with the lights on. The door handles pop out like this. To greet you, just kind of grab them, reverse hinged. I personally don't love one-pedal driving in EVs, but I do like this pressure-sensitive regen braking paddle that the LYRIQ has, where you can hold it lightly for a little bit of braking, or if you need more braking, you can hold it quite a bit harder. So I did not use the actual brake pedal for any of that. And it becomes almost like this little game, because it's not just the on-off paddle. You can push it or pull it harder if you need more braking. And of course, this EV have plenty of smooth torque merging onto the freeway. This thing definitely feels torquier than the just rear-wheel drive base model, but not supremely sporty as you may expect out of some of these EVs these days. But they do have a LYRIQ V coming, which I have some thoughts about. I guess I'll wait to see the final specs and actually drive it. But they're making a V series based off of the LYRIQ. And of course, I love having Super Cruise. So the little steering wheel icon pops up showing you it's available. Press that, and we are green and good to go. So we've encountered a slower moving truck, fully hands-free using Super Cruise. It will look for a lane change opening. Check, it's all clear. It does a lane change all on its own, fully hands-free. I'm just sitting here paying attention, and there we go. I love that the Super Cruise can pass slower moving traffic on its own. Off to do one of the least enjoyable things known to mankind, visit the Secretary of State. I have to retitle my Corvette Z06 to Michigan, which means I have an appointment, so hopefully it goes a little bit smoother, but I have to pay some money and do all of that stuff. We're down to 89 miles of range, 38%. The cold weather is definitely impacting the overall range, so I will need to go charge up before this weekend. We're gonna be heading up to my parents' house. It's my dad's birthday today, so we're going up there making some dinner at home. But first, to the Secretary of State. From a luxury car standpoint, the LYRIQ does a pretty good job of staying quiet and isolated even at speed. You don't get a ton of wind noise. We have the acoustic laminated glass. When you roll the window down, you can feel the double panes to try to eliminate some of that wind noise. And it is, like most EVs, more aerodynamically sculpted. So it's pretty comfortable on the road. Ride quality is pretty good too. So from that regard, LYRIQ definitely lives up to the Cadillac badge. The LYRIQ is the first of the new generation of Cadillac EVs. It'll be followed by the Vistic, the Optic, the Escalade. Just kidding, it's the Escalade IQ. Although it would have been funny if they followed a naming convention of just being ick at the end, so Escalade. Anyways, also there is the Celestic, which is way more expensive. And I don't think I've even seen one of those on the road in person yet. The ultra luxury flagship. But the LYRIQ being the first of this newer generation of full EVs, I remember being very impressed when I first drove it in terms of it was very smooth, it was quiet. I thought the interior was quite impressive, just the quality of materials and design and so forth. But again, being the first, it had a couple of little software issues. I experienced some of those the last time I spent a week with a rear-wheel drive LYRIQ. I've heard some consumers having some minor issues, but the beauty of software is they can keep iterating and making it a bit better and updating architecture and so forth. So hopefully when the newer stuff, the Optic, the Vistic, and Escalade IQ come out, they'll be a bit better. Although Escalade IQ, it seems that they're taking a bit of time because that was announced quite a while ago and I still haven't driven one yet. I believe dealer deliveries may have just started with the Escalade IQ, the full EV Escalade. I'm definitely interested to see what that is like. But so far this week with this LYRIQ, it has been fine. Fingers crossed. I am shocked. I just had the least painful Secretary of State experience ever. I was in and out of there in under half an hour. Wow. Not bad. Not going to complain about that. Holy crap. Is that going to be somebody's house? Look at that. That is enormous. That is a palace. It just keeps going. Heading up to my parents' house for my dad's birthday dinner. I'm bringing a extra computer monitor back for my parents. So quick little practicality test. You can press the badge on the back to open the trunk, and this 34-inch monitor in the box fits. At first I was worried because this kind of looks like it's sitting over this weather stripping, but there's like a cut in here on the rear windshield glass, so it fits perfectly fine. There we go. Don't even have the second row seats folded down. There is also this little projection Cadillac logo light in the middle. That's where you kick if you want to open it hands-free, and the rear trunk will open. Speaking of trunks though, there is just a rear trunk. There is essentially not a functional front trunk in the LYRIQ, which is a shame. They don't seem to prioritize the front trunk usage on this platform. I'll go ahead and pop the hood and show you guys. There we go. I do like that light up. It's got the cursive Cadillac script there and a little icon on the side of the car. A little classy touch. But if we open the hood, yeah, no front trunk. I mean, you could put something underneath there, but I would not recommend it. There's just a mess of cabling and high voltage orange wires and so forth. Yeah, no, that's not front trunk practicality. And the other thing I noticed, because there's no engine obviously, the ice and snow on the hood doesn't melt like in a gas-powered car. That was something funny I noticed while driving around. Well, I spoke too soon. We just got a reduced acceleration drive with care warning. We have this flashing red warning battery icon on the left that alternates with a little turtle and a circle. I don't know if it's because things are too cold. I mean, it's 27 degrees and the car was sitting in the driveway for a couple hours and we're getting to a lower state of charge, but there's a warning, there's an error in the LYRIQ. Again, we saw this warning last time we were driving the LYRIQ too. Down to 14% charge, 31 miles. I'm gonna go to charging and let's see, fast charge prep, start. To precondition the battery, to get ready to plug in so we can get as fast of charging as possible. We have a lightning charging, a new Macan EV, another LYRIQ, and the BMW. It is quite cold outside. We are plugged in, initiating charging. That little drive took us down to 12%, 25 miles of range. Get it to probably 80%. Let's see what kind of charging speeds we're going to get in this very, very cold temperature. I'm going to go ahead and drop my charging limit from 100% to 80% there. 245 miles estimated there, and you see the charging rate is going up slightly, or at 247 miles per hour, which is not, it's fine. This is a 350 kilowatt charger, but it's not showing how much I'm actually getting delivered right now, like how many kilowatts. I'm charging, I'm not doing anything. Service high voltage system, why? Oh, uh-oh. Great, I'm getting a service charging system, unable to charge. I've unplugged, replugged in, turned it on and off. It's not working. I don't know if it's the station or the car. So obviously not being able to charge the vehicle is quite a problem. Angel and I were originally planning on taking this on date night. Gonna go grab some food, but now I do not think I have enough range to go anywhere. It's still telling me service high voltage system. I didn't do anything. We literally hit preconditioned battery, drove to a charging station, followed a normal procedure that I've done dozens and dozens of times, plugged in, it started charging, it was fine. The one thing I did change the charge limit down from 100% to 80%, and then it decided to stop charging. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, unplugged it, plugged it back in, key cycled it, resetted everything, like started the whole process over again, and it's just not happy with me. I'm disappointed. I was hoping this one was gonna go smoothly because the last time in the LYRIQ we went to Toronto, and it also did something similar. It didn't tell me I had a charging problem, but it threw a service high voltage system. And I don't remember if I saw the reduced power warning, yes or no. I just drove to another charger to give it another chance. I never heard of this company, Red E, but this is a 240 kilowatt charger. I think that's the speed that I saw. Plugged in and it's charging again. So maybe that was Electrify America. I'm not sure. Okay, all right. We're now charging at almost 350 miles per hour. So maybe it was Electrify America. I'm sorry, Cadillac. I got mad at you. I mean, you still threw a fault, but maybe the charger pissed you off or something. I don't know. But I'm not going to complain about this. Fingers crossed, it just keeps going. Please. I also have no idea how much this charger costs. I don't see it on the screen. It's not displaying it right now. I just swiped my credit card. I'm like, give me electrons, please. The Electrify America chargers for 350 kilowatt, I believe was 56 cents per kilowatt hour, which is actually decently expensive. And I don't have a level 2 charger at home because I don't own an EV. This is a press car from Cadillac. All the EVs I drive are just for a week, and I'm renting a townhouse right now. But once Angel and I move to an actual house that we own, I'll probably install a level 2 charger, even if I don't buy an EV myself, because I get these press cars. And then most of the time, I'm just going to plug in at home overnight and charge. At A, it's going to be more convenient. B, it'll likely be a little less expensive too compared to these fast chargers. Typically use these if you don't have charging at home or you're on the go driving a road trip, whatever. But this is the situation I live in now, so I get to play the charging roulette game because I don't have charging at home. Since it is charging fine right now, I am scared to touch anything. I'm not turning the car on. I'm not opening the door. I don't want to disturb anything. That's just my paranoia speaking, but I don't want to mess it up, right? It's charging fine. So let's take a quick interior tour of the LYRIQ and check out some of the details. Some of the materials are really nice. We have this wood trim here, and they have this cutout pattern of these little triangles with metal behind it. And at night, you get the ambient light, the colored lighting shining through it. So that is a really, really cool trim aspect here on the door, and you got lots of nice leather and stitching and metal. Like I mentioned earlier, all the touch points, all the buttons and everything is unique to Cadillac. There's no parts been special, including these little rotating knurled knobs there for your air vent controls, right? So that's unique. This interior spec is also pretty cool. It's this navy color with a little bit of greenish hue to my eyes. The seats have some perforation and contrast white stitching and piping. We've got the metal AKG speaker grills there. And then the seat controls are on the door. We've got heated and cooled seats. Definitely don't need cooled seats right now. It is freezing. And we have massage seats. It's a single setting. You just rotate that knob there on the door. It also controls your lumbar. And then all the other details too. Even this silver plastic trim behind the screen has got this cool diamond pattern to it. We've got some physical toggles for your climate. And then there's a little hidden storage tray there with this other blue leather accent. I think this is called Santorini blue, if I recall. It's a pretty vibrant looking blue. And then the larger storage area down here, but this is all open, so don't leave like your purse or anything valuable here because you can just see there's no enclosure there, but there's a USB-C port down there. And then the steering wheel, we've got, it's heated, Super Cruise with the display there, the sensor that watches you, and you can toggle up and down through tracks, you can control your volume, also the main screen there, and then the single paddle here for your regen braking on demand, which I'm a big fan of that. I've gotten used to playing with it. It's like it's like a game, right? Where can you slow down without using the actual physical brake pedal down there, just using this paddle. Because it's pressure sensitive, you can modulate it, so it's a lot of fun. I like that. What else? The interior is nice. I like it. We have the digital rearview mirror. It's off right now. The big panoramic roof. Decent sized second row too. So yeah, one of the highlights of the LYRIQ for me is the interior. It is definitely very, very nicely done. Just noticed a cool detail. So there's the charging animation. And that one right there, that must be the 80% limit. Looks about right. So you got a little light stick there as kind of this like backdrop of lighting along a wall with the silhouette of the car is increasing as we top up our battery pack. Woohoo! Success! Charge complete, 80%. I'm so much happier now. And all of a sudden, after charging to 80%, all of the warnings and error messages are gone. It's self-healing. I'll take it. Now that we have electricity, we can take the LYRIQ on a little mini road trip to Windsor.
Yes.
Where we're going to get pho. There's a Vietnamese place we found called Phenomenal.
And it is phenomenal.
It is indeed. Quality pun and quality food.
Yep.
All right, so dual motor all-wheel drive is 500 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. Definitely quicker than the rear-wheel drive one, but it does not have the stupendous shove that you get some of the EVs. There are definitely EV crossovers, some luxury, some just premium mainstream ones that are way quicker than the LYRIQ all-wheel drive, but I guess Cadillac is probably saving it for the upcoming LYRIQ V, which I mentioned earlier. I'm still kind of undecided on how I feel about that. Now, V has been redone, right? It's not the CTS Vs of old. That is now the Blackwing V. V Series is kind of the mid-tier sporty one, although the Escalade V kind of skews that because it's got a ridiculous supercharged V8. It was inevitable that we're going to get a V Series electrified Cadillac because they say this generation of the Blackwing is supposed to be the final gas-powered V Series, but that might also change with the changing environment with electrification and so forth. So we'll see how it goes. Although I hope they never do like a LYRIQ Blackwing, electrified Blackwing. I don't know, that would seem weird / wrong to me, like a dilution of that brand equity in Blackwing that are trying to build. I don't think I've ever seen a warning message like that. Open then close left rear window. Why? Are you really trying to tell me that Canadian Timmy Hose is different than American Timmy Hose?
Absolutely. It really is. American Timmy Hose is just bean water, and it's disgusting. Canadian Timmy Hose is where it's at.
It's all the same pre-packaged.
It's not. I swear to God, it's different. It's definitely not the same. A lot of people probably agree with me.
Comment below if you think Canadian Timmy Hose is better than American Timmy Hose. All right, back home. That's the thing with it being so cold. We burned through like 140 miles of range. We're down to 86 miles while driving really 70 to 80 miles just because it's so cold outside. If we take a look at my trip efficiency, we're averaging 1.8 miles per kilowatt hour, 1.9 for the 260-ish miles I've been driving it this week. So that's not great for something like this. I think it's just because it's so cold outside, because I did floor it a couple times, but overall I was driving relatively normally and responsibly. Just had Super Cruise on the freeway, but because it's so cold, we're burning through more range than expected. All right, back home now. Time to go back home and enjoy some Canadian Tim Hortons. And it appears Angel was falling asleep.
Oh, I was waiting for you to finish vlogging so we can head inside.
This is what you get for agreeing to marry an influencer.
I just didn't want to wait outside in the cold, that's all.
One more look at the welcome sequence. The Cadillac logo, the shield, front grille area lights up. The little individual lights drop in. You also have a little Cadillac logo on the back of that big curved screen that lights up. Let me see if I can trigger the rear lights to do the same welcome dance. There we go. And then the lower part drops into, so you got lighting animations front and rear on welcome. And the little door handles also light up as they pop out. They get excited to see you, so they extend. And because it's dark now, we can take a look at the interior ambient lighting. I currently have it set to a blue and green theme, and you can see how the lighting shines through that trim piece on the door at night. It's a really, really cool and unique touch. And then if we go over here, we have an ambient lighting app, which you have all these different things you can pick between. You can adjust your brightness, the different styles, a lot to customize here. But they have the, nope, I accidentally pulled up the camera, my bad. A lot of different options here, but they have the built-in different ones. So if we want to go to, what's one that's cool? This is all red, looks a little more sporty. Very cool. Ooh, that lights up too. That's cool. And you got a little bit here in the middle area, the center console storage bin, the footwell here. Yeah, that's nice. It's not overwhelming, not over the top, but it adds to the ambiance, hence ambient lighting. While I charge up the LYRIQ just a bit tonight, it's going away tomorrow. Let's wrap up some final thoughts on living with the all-wheel drive LYRIQ. All the good things that I've always liked about the LYRIQ remain. The interior, it's pretty quiet and smooth. The downside is, you see, there's been some issues still. I haven't encountered a similar kind of issue when I spend time with a BMW electric vehicle, with the Rivians, with Hyundai, Genesis, their family of EVs. So there's something with some of the GM ones. I don't know if I just pissed off GM EVs because I had issues with the Hummer recently too. That was actually more problematic than this one. Eventually this one resolved, so maybe it was Electrify America. Regardless, we're seeing more and more LYRIQs out. I think some of the incentives are making them very, very appealing. I still think it's a nice luxury EV crossover. It's not quite as quick or sporty, but we have that V version coming at some point, so we'll see what that's like. But if you're looking for something that has a unique luxury interior, you like the Cadillac brand, the look, and so forth, it can be a good option, but I would implore you to lease one, because then it'll be under warranty, and you don't need to worry about a lot of these different things. I kind of think you should lease most EVs, because the technology is advancing very quickly, and I would not want to deal with EV issues out of warranty. But with that, we'll conclude our time living with the LYRIQ all-wheel drive. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for watching.